Thank you for choosing our Patio Heat channel. I'm Steve. We provide tips and information to extend the enjoyment of your patio project. Our videos give you a knowledgeable overview prior to investing in your outdoor heating equipment. Whether you are a professional or owner builder, we provide specific details for optimum heat coverage for your application. Post a comment or question, or for developed visual designs, send your request into designs@patioheat.com. We're here to work with you. For over 30 years, patio heating is the bedrock of our business, expressing what works best. Now let's get heating. Okay, so this is a residential application, and let's go right into the overall dimensions first of all. So overall dimensions I have, and this is the main issue that we're going to look at here, is we have a ceiling height of about 11 feet 6 inches off the finished floor. We have a total distance here of about 33 feet 10 inches, and then we have a depth of about 18 feet to this wall here, to the outer edge of these posts here. I think that's about it. We have a fan that's going to be placed here somewhere. They did say that they can maneuver the fan based on where the heaters might be applied. They do want either a 4-inch or 4-foot diameter, or 4 foot 8 inch diameter. You can see that I do have the lighting fixtures at about 8 foot 8 3/4, and then from here to here about close to 5 feet center to center. And I think that's about it. You know, this is a dropped down from the main floor level here, so that's what makes this height here a difference. And let's go ahead and turn those dimensions off. Now they are mainly looking at heating up this area over here. So I have just a dining space here and then a reclining space over here. This reclining space may not be the exact same reclining space that they're going to be using, but I put a couple of chairs here just to see that, you know, we can heat up a little bit more area than they're possibly thinking about using. So let's go into, first of all, the possibility of using just 2 of the CD5224 6000 watt 240 volt units. The first thing you might notice is that I did use the extended brackets here. These extended brackets will allow the heater to drop an additional 6 inches. Now, you don't have to use the extended brackets. You could, utilize a chain or make your own bracket to drop it even further. The best installation height for this 6000 watt unit would be probably somewhere in the 10 foot off the finished floor level. So let's just see where this extended bracket will bring it. So we're at 10 foot 3. So that's going to be pretty ideal for this application, using just the extended brackets that are available from the manufacturer themselves. So let's go ahead and take that off for right now. The other thing I want to mention is that they do live in a very cold climate, especially in the winter time. So the 6000 watt unit is a minimum of what you would really want to use in an application such as this, especially at this height. Now they did mention also that the temperatures get down in the 30s, and sometimes people who are acclimated to that temperature, during the winter months, maybe these will function fine for them, but some people it will not at a 30-degree level. Most people are comfortable in that 50 to 55 degree range. But again, if you're acclimated to that outer temperature and you receive that heat, what this is it's infrared light waves. Infrared light waves penetrates mass, the tables, chairs, floors, and the human body. So you might feel a little bit warmer and more comfortable, if you enjoy just the sunlight, let's say, in the winter months. If that's enough for you, then this might be enough for, the heater itself might be enough for you in this application as well. So let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So footprint of heat, and what I've done as far as the location of the heaters is I made sure that I'm meeting the clearances to the larger, I believe, fan blades. So let's go ahead and turn on those clearances. Just like I said, I made sure that we're meeting that 18 inches of clearance from this edge to the edge of the heater, as well as over here. Now you can see that we're really close to not meeting that edge, but we're right on the money there. So the other thing too is just the distance from this wall here was another issue I was looking at. So if we looked at the distance that I had here, let's go this direction real quick. I have it at 4'10" and 1/4. Again, not knowing exactly where the fan blade is, that's just something that you should note, that I don't have it too close to the wall. And the other thing too is the footprint of heat now. One more thing I should mention is I did draw a line from this post to this post here, centered the heaters within that span. You can move these over slightly. Again, we're looking at that issue with the clearances here. If we move it over to the left here, and that larger fan blade might be an issue, but that's what I did, is I centered it between these two posts here. But in any case, yeah, so the footprint of heat is uniform throughout the span here, and that's why I like it mounted on the ceiling, pointed straight down. That to me is the most beneficial for a uniform amount of heat in this application. And again, you can only see that we're heating up just this space on this right-hand side of the patio structure itself. Let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about. I'm going to turn off these dimensions again and go into just a top view here, just to kind of see that footprint of heat on top of the space itself. So alright, so another option is going to be to utilize something like the same model, CD5224, and I'm actually placing them on the outer edges and aiming them at 30 degrees. So with a 30 degree, and I did drop the heaters an additional 6 inches just because of the ceiling height. But if you were to do this on your application, you didn't have that 11.5 foot roughly height here, beyond 30 degree tilt, you need to drop the heater 6 additional inches anyway. So yeah, you'd want that extended bracket, 6-inch extended bracket. Also 6 inches away from the wall, and if there's any type of beam that comes across here that maybe is laying around this area here, let's just place one here real quick, and we'll just call this a beam. If it does come down, let's just go 8 inches here, then you need to make sure that your clearances are met from that beam. So you'd have to push this in slightly, maybe roughly 6 inches, but I'm going to go ahead and just turn that off here and go back to what I'm showing here with the ceiling without that beam coming across here. So again, you'd want to use that extended bracket on this one as well. And at 30 degrees, you can see that we're getting a nice amount of heat over here, as well as a good amount of crossover heat in the middle. So this would be close to uniform. This would probably be a little bit of a warmer spot than this spot here because of the crossover rays and that distance apart from each other. Let's just go into those dimensions again. So yeah, 18. Generally what I find is that most people are comfortable with from here out about 8 feet out, and of course you can see that we're 6 inches, so we'll minus 1 foot here, so that's 17 feet. Half of 17 feet is 8.5. So yeah, you'd get good crossover rays here as well if you wanted to place them on the outer edge. But again, you need to use that OEM bracket to get that 30 degree tilt in order to make it firm, as opposed to using a chain or something of that nature on these outer edge units here. Alright, so that's a plan 2, and let's go into one final plan, and let me turn that off and look at this is what's known as the new sweet spot 5200 watt units. Now, because of the cold climate, this is the only reason I would kind of recommend this type of application, using the extended brackets here, as well as, just to note, these are the newest units out. These are 48 inches long, 8 inches wide, and about 3.5 inches tall, plus the bracket itself. I do have these tilted in approximately 10 degrees towards the center of the space. And then you can see here that I think I have the clearances on here below. Again, you know, we're looking at a very tight spot with regards to the fan, so that might be an issue. You know, maybe this fan could be moved, you know, to the center location, something of that nature. I'm not going to go to a direct, you know, but they did say that they could maneuver some of the elements inside there, but that might be something that would work. I'm going to take off the top here to take a better look at this here. So you can see the fan blades may be in the clearance area. Another thing too is if you use a fan blade that is steel, then it's non-combustible, and you know, you just don't want the rays to penetrate on the motor of the fan or anything of that nature. But this would be something that would also work. We do need to make sure we got that 18 inches of clearance from here to here on both heaters, as well as, you know, 18 inches of clearance here to here. Now, they did mention, I believe, that this is a vinyl coating or a vinyl covering on the outer walls, so that is another issue. But making sure that you meet those 18 inches of clearance will make sure that the penetration isn't hot enough here to cause an issue with regards to that. That's partially why that 18 inches of clearance is there. So you can see, again, the footprint of heat is extremely well in an application like this. And you know, referring to all of the units that I showed so far, they are dual element units. Dual element units could have a duplex switch, so you can have one element on, one element off with each switch, so there'd be 4 switches, as well as, you know, having all 8 units or elements on at the same time, just based on how much heat you're looking for, or using a control system which allows you to dim it from the 10% all the way to 100% on and off. So but if it's a very, very cold climate and you're looking to heat up that space, you know, these two here could be off for, you know, a particular time of the year, or a particular time of the an event that you have out here, dining, let's say, and then you can turn all 4 of them on however it is that you're looking to heat these. This is infrared light waves. Infrared light waves do not heat air, they heat mass only. And as long as you're standing or sitting within that mass of ray itself, you will feel the warmth of it. And this would be a very, very nice application for this specific height, as well as the climate differences this particular client experiences. So let's see, and go ahead and turn that top back on. And then let's go ahead and do one more thing and look at the distances. I have them from center to center, so that's the center point of the bracket to the center point, of the other bracket here. Let's see if we can grab that, and you can see that we're at just about 6 feet center to center. Could you move these 2 out here slightly? Yes, you could. I would probably go, you know, maybe up to another foot of change, and you can see you get a little bit better footprint of heat, and wider, I should say. You know, we can actually even move that let's go another foot difference, just so you can see that we can actually heat up more of the space here. So that's a total of 8 foot center to center. These can't be really moved back because of the wall section there, but that would be something that would be very good. Now here's another issue just to look at. You know, we want to make sure that we're meeting that clearance over here again. So that clearance below is penetrating this beam here, so that would be an issue. Let's go ahead and move these back. I'm going to go ahead and just go with a total of 18 inches. So I'll first pull this in towards the beam so we can get an exact measurement, and we'll go 18 inches from there. And now you can see that, you know, here we're at 6 feet 11 inches center to center on each heater, and we are still meeting those clearances. We could also do that to this area over here. You know, if we did something like this and moved it to this wall here, let's see if I can grab it properly. We'll move it to the wall here, and then we'll come back 18 inches in this direction. And yeah, so now you can see we're at 7 foot 10 inches. We're meeting the clearances to this beam, as long as this beam is the same distance away from, you know, as this wall is here. Yeah, that would be something fine. One other thing we should also just do is look at the center to actually I'm going to go into the end to end inside edge. I have them at 11 feet 5 inches on the inside edges of these posts here. So all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and could you please tap that like button? We don't advertise, we're not monetized. YouTube does not support our channel unless we receive a thumbs up from our viewers, and we truly appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much. Have an excellent day.